Welcome back to our channel, friends. Today, we're talking about something truly powerful: unlocking your brain. Your brain is the control center of your life. It decides how you think, how you feel, and what you achieve. But here's the truth. Most people only use a small part of their brain's real power. Imagine what would happen if you learned how to use it fully. You could learn faster, solve problems easily, and achieve things you never thought possible. So today, we'll explore 7 powerful lessons that will help you unlock your brain and reach your highest potential. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Feed your brain the right way. Your brain is the most powerful organ in your body. It controls every movement, every thought, every decision, and every dream you have. But here's the truth. Your brain can only perform at its best if you give it the right fuel. Just like a high-performance car needs high-quality fuel to run smoothly, your brain needs the right food, thoughts, and environment to reach its full potential. Let's talk about the first type of fuel: what you eat. The food you put into your body directly affects your brain's performance. If you fill your body with processed junk food, too much sugar, and unhealthy fats, your brain becomes slow, tired, and unfocused. But if you give it the nutrients it needs, it becomes sharper, faster, and more creative. Foods like nuts, seeds, blueberries, green leafy vegetables, whole grains, and fish rich in omega-3 fatty acids are like super fuel for your brain. Drinking enough water is also essential, because even mild dehydration can reduce your focus and energy levels. Now let's talk about the second type of fuel: what you think. Your brain is like a sponge. It absorbs everything you expose it to. If you constantly feed it with negativity, gossip, and unproductive thoughts, it will start to believe that's all there is. Your motivation will drop, your confidence will weaken, and your dreams will seem impossible. But if you feed your brain with positivity, inspiration, and useful knowledge, it will begin to transform. Read books that challenge your thinking. Listen to podcasts that teach you something new. Watch videos that inspire you to grow. Surround yourself with people who talk about ideas, goals, and solutions, not problems and complaints. And here's a key point most people ignore. Your brain needs rest to grow. Without enough quality sleep, your brain can't process information properly, can't store memories effectively, and can't think clearly. Rest is not a waste of time. It's an investment in your mental performance. Finally, remember this: your brain is like a garden. If you plant good seeds, healthy food, powerful thoughts, inspiring knowledge, beautiful ideas will grow. But if you plant weeds, junk food, negative thinking, toxic influences, they will take over your mind and block your potential. Feed your brain the right way every single day, and you'll start to notice a huge difference in how fast you think, how clearly you focus, and how confidently you move toward your goals. Lesson 2. Train your brain every day. Your brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. But if you stop challenging it, it becomes lazy, slow, and weak. Just like going to the gym keeps your body fit, exercising your brain daily keeps your mind sharp, creative, and powerful. Here's how you can train your brain effectively, step by step. 1. Learn something new every day. Your brain loves novelty. It grows when you challenge it with new information. Learning doesn't always mean studying for hours. It can be as simple as reading a few pages of a book, watching an educational video, or exploring a new topic you've never learned before. Learn a new word and use it in conversation. Try a new recipe and cook it without looking at instructions. Watch a documentary on a subject you know nothing about. These small actions force your brain to form new connections, making it smarter over time. Second, practice memory exercises. Your memory is like a storage room. The more you organize it, the faster you can find what you need. Play memory games. Recall lists without looking, or try to remember small details from your day. Even something as simple as remembering people's names can keep your brain active. For example, memorize 5 things in a room, then close your eyes and recall them. At the end of the day, try to remember everything you ate without checking. These exercises keep your brain's recall ability strong. 3. Challenge yourself with puzzles and problems. Give your brain problems to solve. Crossword puzzles, Sudoku, chess, riddles, or even logic games push your brain to think critically and find solutions. This not only keeps you mentally active, but also improves your patience and focus. The goal is not just to get the answer, but to enjoy the process of thinking through the challenge. Limit mental junk food. Just like unhealthy food can harm your body, mental junk food, like endless scrolling, shallow entertainment, and useless gossip, can harm your brain. These things don't challenge you. They keep you in a passive state. Instead, replace them with mental superfoods, like reading, meaningful conversations, and problem-solving activities. 5. Use all your senses. The more senses you use while learning something, the stronger your brain connections become. For example, if you're learning a new skill, try to see it, hear it, say it, and write it down. The more senses involved, the better your brain will store the information. 6. Teach what you learn. One of the best ways to strengthen your brain is to explain what you've learned to someone else. Teaching forces you to understand the topic more deeply and remember it longer. Even if no one is around, explain it to yourself out loud. 7. Be consistent. Training your brain is not a one-time event. It's a lifelong habit. Even 10 to 20 minutes of brain exercises a day can make a huge difference over time. The key is to be consistent, not perfect. Think of your brain like a garden. Every time you learn something new, solve a problem, or challenge yourself, you're planting seeds of growth. If you keep planting daily, you'll have a mind full of rich ideas, sharp thinking, and unstoppable creativity. Lesson 3. Remove the limits in your mind. Your brain is capable of far more than you think. But here's the problem. Most of us never use its full power because we place limits on ourselves. These limits are not real. They are mental walls we have built over the years because of fear, doubt, or past failures. If you want to unlock your brain's full potential, you must break these invisible chains. Let's go step by step. 1. Identify your limiting beliefs. A limiting belief is a thought that tells you, "I can't do this," or "I'm not good enough." These beliefs often come from childhood experiences, past mistakes, or what others have told you. Examples include, "I'm bad at learning new skills." "I don't have a good memory." "I'm not smart enough to do that." The first step to unlocking your brain is to recognize these thoughts whenever they appear. Second question. Every negative thought. When a limiting thought appears, don't just accept it, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this really true? Do I have proof that I can't do this? Have I ever succeeded at something similar before? You'll often find that your belief is based on fear, not fact. 3. Replace limits with empowering beliefs. Once you catch a limiting thought, replace it with a powerful one. For example, instead of, "I'm bad at remembering names," say, "I'm learning new techniques to remember names better." Instead of, "I can't understand this," say, "I can understand this if I keep practicing." Your brain listens to the words you use. Feed it words of power, not weakness. 4. Visualize your success. Your brain doesn't always know the difference between imagination and reality. When you visualize yourself succeeding, speaking confidently, solving problems easily, learning quickly, you're training your brain to believe it's possible. Spend a few minutes every day imagining the best version of yourself in action. Feel the confidence. See the results. This will reprogram your mind for success. 5. Surround yourself with growth-minded people. Your environment shapes your brain. If you spend time with people who complain, doubt, and fear change, their mindset will rub off on you. But if you spend time with learners, dreamers, and doers, you'll start thinking like them. Choose your circle carefully. It can either unlock your brain or lock it forever. 6. Take small, brave actions daily. The fastest way to break mental limits is to do small things that scare you. Each time you succeed, even in a small challenge, your brain rewires itself to believe, "I can do more." For example, speak up in a meeting. Try learning a skill you've been avoiding. Share your ideas without fear of judgment. These small wins add up, and soon your limits will feel smaller than ever. 7. Celebrate every step forward. Your brain thrives on reward. When you recognize your own progress, no matter how small, your brain releases dopamine, a chemical that makes you feel motivated and confident. This will encourage you to keep pushing past your limits. Most people live inside mental cages they built themselves. The key to unlocking your brain is to realize that the cage isn't locked, it's open, and you can walk out anytime. Once you remove the limits in your mind, you'll discover that your brain was never the problem. Your beliefs were. Lesson 4. Strengthen your focus and concentration. Your brain has incredible abilities, but without focus, its power is scattered. Think of sunlight. When it spreads everywhere, it gives light, but when focused through a magnifying glass, it can create fire. In the same way, your brain becomes unstoppable when you direct its energy toward one thing at a time. Unfortunately, today's world is full of distractions. Social media notifications, constant messages, endless scrolling, and multitasking. This is like constantly switching channels on a TV. You never watch anything fully, and your brain never works at its best. Let's go step by step to build a laser-sharp focus. 1. Remove distractions before you start. Your brain cannot focus deeply if it keeps getting interrupted. Before you start a task, clear your environment. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Keep your phone away from your desk. Close all unrelated tabs or apps. Your brain takes time to enter a state of deep concentration. Every distraction pulls it out, and it takes minutes to get back in. 2. Work in focused time blocks. Instead of trying to focus for hours without rest, work in short, intense periods. One popular method is the Pomodoro technique. Focus fully for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. This keeps your brain fresh and prevents burnout. Over time, you can increase your focus sessions to 45 to 60 minutes. 3. Train your mind to resist multitasking. Many people think multitasking makes them more productive, but it actually reduces brain efficiency. Switching between tasks confuses your brain and increases errors. Train yourself to finish one thing before moving to the next. Tell yourself, one thing at a time, done with full attention. 4. Practice mindfulness daily. Mindfulness is the art of paying full attention to the present moment. Even a few minutes of mindfulness can train your brain to focus better. Try this. Sit quietly and focus on your breath. Notice each inhale and exhale. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back. This simple exercise strengthens your attention muscle. 5. Use the first hour rule. The first hour after you wake up sets the tone for your brain. Instead of checking social media or news, spend it on something that requires focus, reading, learning, planning your day, or solving problems. This prime time is when your brain is fresh and most powerful. 6. Fuel your focus with healthy habits. A tired, dehydrated, or poorly nourished brain cannot focus well. Drink water, eat brain-boosting foods like nuts and berries, and avoid heavy junk food before important tasks. Also, get enough sleep. Lack of rest is one of the biggest killers of concentration. 7. Track and improve your focus over time. Set a small goal. How long can you focus without your mind wandering? Try to increase that time bit by bit each week. You'll be surprised how much sharper your concentration becomes when you train it consistently. Focus is a superpower in today's distracted world. Most people let their attention be stolen by every beep, ping, and buzz. But if you train your brain to concentrate, you'll stand out, achieve more, and unlock abilities you never knew you had. Remember, a scattered mind achieves little. A focused mind changes everything. Lesson 5. Strengthen your memory. Your brain's memory is like a treasure chest. It holds every experience, skill, and lesson you've ever learned. But here's the truth. Most people never train their memory, so over time, it becomes weak. They forget names, lose track of important details, and struggle to recall information when they need it most. The good news? Memory is not a fixed talent. It's a skill. And just like any skill, it can be trained, sharpened, and expanded if you know the right techniques. Let's go step by step. 1. Pay full attention. When learning, you cannot remember something you didn't notice in the first place. If you want to remember names, faces, or facts, you must give them your complete attention the moment they are introduced. For example, when someone tells you their name, repeat it in your mind immediately. This is Alex. Look at their face and connect the name to a feature or object. The more attention you give in the beginning, the longer it will stay in your memory. 2. Use visualization. Your brain remembers images far more easily than words. If you want to recall something, turn it into a mental picture. Example: if you meet someone named Rose, imagine them holding a big red rose. If you're trying to remember the word mountain, picture a huge mountain with snow on top. The stronger and funnier the image, the more your brain will remember it. 3. Use the link method. This is a powerful way to remember lists or sequences. Take each item and link it to the next one with a funny, unusual story. Example: you need to remember book, apple, cat, train. Imagine a book with an apple growing out of it. The apple rolls away and a cat eats it. Then the cat jumps onto a train and waves goodbye. The more unusual the story, the stronger your memory will be. 4. Break information into chunks. Your brain struggles to remember long strings of numbers or facts all at once. Instead, break them into smaller groups. This is why phone numbers are divided into sections. It's easier for your memory to handle. 5. Use repetition wisely. Repetition is one of the oldest and most effective memory techniques. Review the information several times, but space your reviews out. This is called spaced repetition, and it's far more effective than cramming. For example, review today, then tomorrow, then in a few days, then in a week. Each time you review, the memory becomes stronger. 6. Teach what you've learned. When you explain something to someone else, you force your brain to organize and recall the information in a clear way. Teaching is like doing a deep workout for your memory. It strengthens it from every angle. 7. Keep your brain healthy. Your memory depends on your brain's health. Get enough sleep so your brain can store and organize information properly. Exercise regularly, because physical activity increases blood flow to the brain. Eat foods like walnuts, almonds, blueberries, and dark chocolate in moderation. They are natural brain boosters. A strong memory is not a gift for a few. It's a skill anyone can master. Imagine the power of walking into a room and remembering every name, recalling facts instantly, or never forgetting what you studied. That is not luck. That is brain training. And if you practice these steps daily, you'll unlock a level of mental clarity and confidence you never thought possible. Lesson 6. Boost your creativity. Your brain is not just a storage device for information. It is a powerful engine for creating ideas, solving problems, and imagining new possibilities. Creativity is not just for artists, writers, or musicians. It is for everyone. Whether you are a student, a business person, or a parent, creativity helps you think differently, find better solutions, and see opportunities that others miss. The problem is, most people think creativity is something you are either born with or not. That's wrong. Creativity is a skill, and just like any skill, it can be trained, strengthened, and unlocked. Let's break it down step by step. 1. Fill your brain with diverse knowledge. Your brain can only create with the building blocks you give it. If you only consume the same type of information every day, your ideas will be limited. Feed your brain with variety. Read books on different subjects. Watch documentaries on topics you know nothing about. Explore new cultures, languages, or hobbies. When your brain has a rich library of information, it can make unusual connections between ideas, and that's where creativity comes from. 2. Ask what if every day. Creative minds ask more questions than they give answers. Start challenging your brain with what if. What if I approached this problem differently? What if I combined these two unrelated ideas? What if I removed the rules and started from scratch? This forces your brain to think beyond the obvious and explore possibilities you've never considered. 3. Change your environment to change your thinking. Your surroundings affect your creativity. If you always work in the same place, your brain may fall into the same patterns. Try working in a park, cafe, or library. Rearranging your workspace. Adding colors, art, or inspiring quotes to your environment. A new setting can refresh your mind and spark new ideas instantly. 4. Use the brainstorm without limits technique. When you need ideas, set a timer for 10 to 15 minutes and write down every thought that comes to your mind, without judging or filtering it. Don't worry about whether it's good or bad. Often, the best ideas appear after your brain has cleared the average ones first. 5. Take mental breaks to let ideas grow. Your brain needs rest to be creative. Sometimes, the best ideas come when you're not thinking about the problem at all, while taking a shower, walking, or relaxing. This is called incubation. When you step away, your subconscious keeps working, connecting dots you didn't see before. 6. Combine unrelated ideas. Some of the greatest inventions came from mixing unrelated concepts. A phone plus camera equals smartphone. A skateboard plus motor equals electric skateboard. Challenge yourself to take two random things and imagine a way they could work together. This trains your brain to think in unusual and creative ways. 7. Keep a creativity journal. Carry a notebook or use your phone to write down ideas, thoughts, and inspirations as soon as they appear. Creativity is fragile. If you don't capture ideas immediately, they can vanish forever. Over time, your journal will become a goldmine of concepts you can revisit and develop. 8. Learn to embrace failure. Many people block their creativity because they fear making mistakes. But creativity thrives on trial and error. Every failed attempt teaches your brain what doesn't work, which brings you closer to what does. Remember, Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before creating the light bulb. 9. Expose yourself to creative energy. Spend time with creative people. Attend workshops, join discussion groups, watch TED Talks, or collaborate with others on projects. Creativity is contagious. When you're around people who think differently, your brain starts to open up too. 10th, practice daily creative exercises. Just like physical exercise keeps your body fit, daily creative exercises keep your brain in shape. Some ideas. Draw something without worrying about how it looks. Write a short story in 10 minutes. Find 10 new uses for a common object, like a paperclip or a shoe. Creativity is not a magic gift. It's a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Your brain has unlimited creative potential, but you must feed it with knowledge, challenge it with questions, give it space to rest, and train it daily. Unlock your creativity, and you'll unlock not just new ideas, but new opportunities, solutions, and paths to success that others can't see. Lesson 7. Take action and apply what you learn. The ultimate way to unlock your brain is not just to gather knowledge, but to use it. You can feed your brain with the best information, train your memory, sharpen your focus, and boost your creativity. But if you never apply what you learn, your brain will never reach its full potential. Your brain grows strongest when you do. 1. Knowledge without action is wasted power. Imagine filling a toolbox with the best tools in the world, but never building anything. That's what happens when you learn but don't take action. When you apply what you know, whether it's a skill, a method, or an idea, you give your brain real-world challenges. These challenges force it to adapt, think faster, and connect knowledge to experience. 2. Start small but start now. Many people delay action because they wait for the perfect time or enough preparation. But the perfect time will never come. The only right time is now. If you learned a new memory trick, try it today with a friend's name. If you learned a focus technique, use it right now while doing your next task. Small actions create momentum, and momentum is what keeps your brain alive and engaged. 3. Turn learning into daily habits. Your brain loves consistency. If you learn something once but never repeat it, Your brain treats it as unimportant and forgets it. But if you make application a habit, it becomes part of your mental wiring. Example: learn one new word every day and use it in conversation. Read 10 minutes every morning and apply one takeaway in your work or studies. Practice one focus technique during your most important task each day. 4. Review and improve. When you apply something, take a moment to review. What worked well? What can I do better next time? This reflection process tells your brain, this is important, remember it and improve it. Over time, you'll not only master skills but also develop your own unique ways of doing them better. 5. Teach others what you've learned. Teaching is one of the most powerful ways to apply knowledge. When you explain something, your brain organizes the information, fills in gaps, and makes it stronger in your memory. You also discover new insights as you answer questions from others. Whether it's teaching a friend, sharing on social media, or mentoring someone, teaching multiplies your learning power. 6. Step out of your comfort zone. Real brain growth happens when you face new situations. When you do something you've never done before, speak in public, start a small project, travel alone, your brain creates fresh neural pathways. These pathways are like new roads in your mind, making it easier to learn and adapt in the future. The more often you step out of your comfort zone, the faster your brain will evolve. 7. Celebrate your progress. Every time you apply something and see results, acknowledge it. This celebration releases dopamine in your brain, which boosts motivation and makes you want to keep going. Write down your wins, big or small. Look back on them when you feel stuck. This reminds you that you are growing and your efforts are paying off. 8. Keep the cycle alive. The process of unlocking your brain never ends. It's a cycle. Learn, apply, reflect, improve, learn again. Each time you complete the cycle, your brain gets stronger, faster, and more adaptable. Your brain's true power doesn't come from what you know. It comes from what you do with what you know. The moment you take action, you give your brain a chance to grow beyond its current limits. And as you keep applying, improving, and pushing forward, you'll realize something incredible. There is no limit to what your brain can achieve. So don't wait for the perfect moment. This is it right now. Use what you've learned today. Take one action, then another. Keep going until your brain becomes the most powerful tool you own. And your life transforms because of it. If today's lessons helped you open your mind, imagine what's coming next. So, hit that like button, click subscribe, and turn on the bell. Because every video here is a key to unlocking the next level of your life.